Warning! This video contains my opinions. You have been warned. So, we're here to review season 24, episodes 5 through 8. Now these are the last, these are the next 4. Okay, so the first episode, Great Little Railway Show. Now, when this episode was announced, both me and my friend wondered if it was be a narrow gauge episode. But, and then after that, I wondered if it was an episode focusing on all the characters, that are listed in the characters, section. Turns out it's just a Percy episode. One gripe I have with the season is that all the episodes either revolve around a newer character, like Ace or Sunny or Kenji, or a STEAM team member. I just wish we got a more character diverse season, like maybe an episode focusing on Edward. Imagine if we got an Edward episode for season 24. For the 75th anniversary, we got an Edward episode. That would have been so great. Anyways, that's me dreaming about what we could have got. Let's see what we got. And what we got was really good. This was written by Michael White, so great job, Michael White. You've made another classic episode. I think this is, so far, one of the best season 24 episodes. The plot is that, and as you can see, there's Percy. It's a pretty lousy drawing. For some reason, he has this whole thing going on. And then there's Philip. Why I drew Philip, I just picked a random character that that appeared in this episode that wasn't the lead. So, the plot of this episode is that Sir Topham Hatt says there's a railway show for little engines. And Percy takes that literally. Something I might do. And he goes around telling everyone, and all the little engines on Sodor, basically all of them, if they don't speak, they have a cameo for sure, appear in this episode. And they all go to Ulstead Castle. And the best thing about this episode is character diversity. We get to see Philip and the narrow gauge engines, well, not all of them, but we get to see a good chunk of them. We get to see Skarloey and Sir Handel and Peter Sam and Rusty. And there's this one part where that Peter Sam and Sir Handel indirectly mention George, and they say, "I wonder if my special funnel will get an award." Your special funnel? My wheels are better. Steamroller wheels, more like. And, and then, we get all sorts of callbacks, Rusty says, "Trusty Rusty," as he bounces about. And then, we also get to see Henry in this episode. Now, on a sad note, this is the last time we get to see Henry in this season, for me. And Edward's last time was Emily's best friend. So that's sad. I really wish that they could have done more with Edward and Henry this season. Come on. I really wish they did more. But anyways, this episode was great with all its character diversity and callbacks and that. And it's sort of a nod to the Reverend W. Awdry's love for model. Sad. I really wish that they could have done more with Edward and Henry this season. Come on. I really wish they did more. But anyways, this episode was great with all its character diversity and callbacks and that. And it's sort of a nod to the Reverend W. Awdry's love for model railroading. Without getting into spoilers. 8 out of 10. Next episode, Emily to the Rescue. Now, I've seen this one lots of times because I got the Royal Engine DVD. And like I said in my review of the Royal Engine, I'll review this when was the other episodes. Now, I debated whether to review it as the first episode because I saw it first, but I reviewed it in Canadian order. So it's the 6th episode. This episode was pretty much just the minimum of good. It's literally just the steam team. Like, Rocky doesn't speak. So the plot is that there's going to be a safety drill on Sodor. And each member of the steam team is told that they get to have to fetch Rocky when they hear the safety siren. And, so all of them want to get Rocky. So then Rebecca, James and Percy all rush to get Rocky, and then they crash. And then Emily gets Rocky. But then Gordon's going under a broken bridge. And, there's Emily. It's one of my worst drawings I've ever done. It's pretty terrible. And then she saves Gordon from having the bridge collapse on him. This episode was just the minimum of good. It was sort of weaker. 7 out of 10. And now we have Thomas and the Forest Engines. Now here's either Marcia or Marcio. It's another lousy drawing. Like, I don't know which one. I was gonna draw both, but I ran out of room. So this episode features some new characters. Now, I really like how the new characters this season actually have personality. So this episode features 2 new characters named Bash and Dash, and they have personality. They're twin engines who run on wood, and they work in a eucalyptus railway, and they like to talk in unison. So yeah, this season has a few characters with personality, like Skiff and the Earl and Bash and Dash and Pinky and the Brain. So anyways, the plot is that Thomas is in Brazil, and we get dialogue from all the engines in Brazil. I wonder if they had to squeeze them all in somehow. And then Thomas goes to the Eucalyptus Railway and meets Bash and Dash. Now, I don't know why Ferdinand's not in this. And Bash and Dash haven't left the Eucalyptus plant. So, railway. And then, so Bash and Dash go do Thomas's work, but since they're wood-burning engines, they run out of fuel. And as a 3 strikes formula, it's a pretty weaker episode. 7 out of 10. Then the next episode, Thomas's Not So Lucky Day. Now this says, then, now. So there's Percy, frowny face. Thomas, frowny face. This episode reminded me a lot of Percy's Lucky Day from season 17, where Percy is told that he's having an unlucky day by Thomas, and then, because he's having some bad luck, so then, Stephen gives Percy his